Today we're going over the top 5 comps for you to play in patch 14.7b. Set 11 has been a blast so far, but now it's had its first round of major balance changes plus a hotfix patch already too. And now the set encounter isn't appearing quite as often. Twin Terror has also been removed from the game in this B patch for the rest of the set, so rest in peace to that one. Our first comp of the day is called True Inkborns, which uses a full Ink Shadow team with Kai'Sa as your main backline carry and the CC machine Udyr tanking and spanking his way through boards. The full comp uses Udyr, Kai'Sa, Illaoi, Volibear, Aatrox, Senna, Shen, Caitlyn and Jax, which primarily uses Ink Shadow with the help of a ghostly core as well. For items, it's going to depend on which tattoos you get, as you'll get 3 of them total when you hit 7 Ink Shadow. For offensive tattoos like Bombardment, Fury or Toxin, you can place these onto your Kai'Sa. For frontline ones like Tattoo of Force, Vitality or Protection, these can go onto Udyr. Kai'Sa's best in-slot items though are Infinity Edge and Spear of Shojin, as well as the Tattoo of Bombardment, but you can also use Last Whisper or Giant Slayer if you need to slam. For Udyr, he loves a Crown Guard as well as Vitality and Force, but you can just slam something like BT or general tank items like Warmogs or Protector's Vow for some extra mana. Apart from that, you'll need an Evan Shroud somewhere to get that Sunder going if you don't have a Last Whisper on Kai'Sa. You can also slam any extra tank or tattoo items across the rest of your frontline if you've already itemized Udyr, and any offensive remaining tattoo items can go on your extra range carries like Senna or Caitlyn. But don't forget, if you need to reorganize your tattoos, just take Ink Shadow out and put it back in to bounce those items onto your bench. For augments, an Ink Shadow crest or crown are simply insane here, allowing you to play the highest ceiling of the traits by activating the 7 trait bonus. A ghostly crest or crown with the emblem on Kai'Sa is also a really strong option to consider. But apart from that, you also want to look out for item or combat augments in Living Forge or Radiant Relics. The strength of these items plus the Ink Shadow tattoos will help you streak insanely hard. If you want to find out more about how to play this comp or any of the strongest comps each patch, then don't forget we have full in-depth expert video guides for all the S tier comps over on our website and in our desktop app. So check those out if you haven't already. Next up, we've got Powerpuff Girls in the form of Soraka, Diana and Zoe as your main carries here. Diana is your main tank and Soraka and Zoe will deal tons of damage from each backline corner. Alongside these 3 units, we also use Neeko, Morgana, Janna, Riven and Zyra to build a mix of traits utilizing Story Weaver, Sage, Altruists and Dragonlords to form a really strong board. You'll look to play around level 7 here to 3-star your 3 cost carries and then spike insanely hard going into the late game. For items, you want to slam tons of AP items onto Soraka and Zoe. Turn one of the 2 to your primary carry depending on who you can hit 3 stars first. But the first item you always want to build is a mana generator like Spear of Shojin, which works on both of these champions. After that, Soraka's best are Morello's and Jeweled Gauntlet, and Zoe wants a Gunblade and a Death Cap. If you've sorted one out as your main carry, you can pretty much slam any other AP components ready for your other one though. Diana is our main tank here and she definitely wants an Ionic Spark to increase those backliners burst, as well as some classic tank items like Dragon's Claw and Warmog's Armor. Any tank leftovers can go onto another frontliner like Neeko, or any damage items can go to a backline carry later on like Morgana. For augments, you've got a bunch of crests or crowns to go for in Sage, Altruist or Dragonlords, which will all increase this board ceiling significantly. Then we've got those perfect augments that are made for 3-cost reroll comps like this one, in March of Progress, Prismatic Ticket, Three's a Crowd or Triforce. Next up, we have the Heavenly Reapers, which is all about Yone being the main carry here, empowered by tons of heavenly buffs alongside other melee carries in Kayn and WuKong. Alongside Yone, we also use WuKong, Kayn, Neeko, Soraka, Kindred, Kiana, Kha'Zix and Malphite. You'll mostly be playing around level 7 to 3-star your Yone before pushing to level 8 or 9 to reach the highest ceiling of this board. Yone's best items will be Double Titans and a BT for sustain, but other items like Rageblade or Edge of Night can also be used here if needed. After that, you'll continue to build similar items ready for Kayn and WuKong with more BTs and other items like Edge of Night, Hand of Justice or more Titans. You can place any extra tanky components onto your Neeko and try to reforge any AP ones, but if not, you can use Soraka for those instead. For augments, one of the best options is Gargantuan Resolve to make those Titans Resolve stronger on your Yone, as well as instantly being able to slam one onto your Yone once you've taken it. Plus, these are also great options on WuKong and Kayn as well. A Reaper or Heavenly Crest or Crown are also instant pickups here. Reaper Emblem allows you to place this onto WuKong and gives you the option to drop your Kindred for another trait synergy. And then Heavenly Emblem just makes your board even stronger with the added Omnibap. Aside from those, it's really important to hit your Yone 3 stars without falling behind and losing too much tempo. So reroll augments like 2 for 1 are also amazing options. Up next, we've got Fated Wizards, which uses Syndra as your main AP backline carry and Set as your 5-cost AD frontline carry too. The full comp uses Syndra, Set, Ornn, Sylas, Thresh, Kindred, Ahri and Yasuo, and activating 7 Fated alongside a mix of other traits will really make this board hit hard later on. Syndra is your main item priority and she wants a blue buff, Nashor's and Jeweled Gauntlet to work her way through enemy boards one by one and get stronger as the fights go on. You can also build her an Archangels or Death Cap depending on what you get given. Set is your other main damage dealer here and he wants BT and IE to get stuck into enemy backlines with tons of AoE damage. Aside from that, you'll also want to build Ornn into a tanky beast with items like Ionic Spark and Dragon's Claw alongside the Fated Emblem to really unlock the highest ceiling of this comp. Speaking of that Fated Emblem, this is the highest priority augment when playing this comp, as you'll need it to really play it to its fullest potential. So don't hesitate to slam a Fated Crest or Crown augment. Jeweled Lotus is also huge here, benefiting every single Syndra butterfly with each cast being able to hit even harder as well as give you back 1 item slot for even more damage. Aside from that, you can also go for item augments like Unleashed Arcana or a Magic Wand. Moving on to our final comp of the day, and it's one you'll all be familiar with by now. Ghostbusters. The full comp uses Senna, Shen, Kayn, Morgana, Udyr, Alawi, Aatrox and Caitlyn, but can also swap out Senna for Kai'Sa if it's heavily contested. The main aim of the game when it comes to items here is to build up your frontline ASAP and prioritize attack speed for Senna or Kai'Sa. So slam tank items like Warmogs, Dragon's Claw and Bramble for your Shen, and attack speed and damage items like Rageblade, Giant Slayer and Last Whisper for your Senna or Kai'Sa later on. Since you will be playing 3 Ink Shadow here, you'll also get access to 1 tattoo item, so just place this on whatever carry you like depending on which item you get. With protection being incredible on your main tank Shen and bombardment being amazing on Senna or Kai'Sa. For leftovers, it's pretty simple. You can slam AP onto Morgana, AD hybrid items on Kayn and any tank leftovers onto Aatrox or Alawi. For augments, Ghostly will be your main priority here, with a crest or crown being ideal, as well as the Haunted House augment to make those spectres even stronger. Then you've also got 2 healthy to buff up your board significantly, as Senna, Shen and Aatrox are all core in this comp. Other strong augments include pumping up for the scaling attack speed or featherweights for more buffs and boosts to your low cost carries. Well, that wraps up our top 5 comps for you guys to play in patch 14.7b. Don't forget to download our in-game overlay to stay updated for any meta changes and to play these comps perfectly with our step-by-step guides in your games. Good luck on the grind guys, and we'll see you next time. Take care.